G'day, Craig.
Reuben, how are you, mate?
Oh, mate, I'm fantastic.
That's the go. Welcome to Highfields Mechanical and Highfields Off-Road.
Mate, well, thank you very much for having me.
No, not a problem. We're pretty excited about getting this rig in the shop, eh?
Oh, you're excited. I'm super excited. It's getting the big supercharger on it today. And so what's the process, mate?
So the process, mate, is we're going to start with a baseline dyno run on it.
Yep.
So we'll get some baseline figures on it so we know where we're starting from. We'll read a file out of it and so we can start the tune process, and then all nuts and bolts after that. We'll get the supercharger into it and hook it up.
Fabulous. So, am I driving in or you, mate?
I'll run it in, mate.
Oh, so he doesn't trust me already.
I trust it, but I don't want to hit anything.
Behind me, Craig is just putting the details of the vehicle into the computer system that the dyno is going to log the data for. So I'm super excited to even see what the baseline's going to be on the Patrol right now. And oh man, what do you reckon it's going to make with the supercharger on there? I don't know. Is it going to make 10%, 15%? I just don't know. I'm super excited to find out.
So we're just in here in Reuben's Y62, and we're going to do a bit of a baseline on it and just a settling run to start with on the dyno. We're going to capture some data out of the computer so that we've got some baseline data to tune on once the supercharger goes on. So we've got our data logger connected in. It's hooked up to the car. We're going to start that recording if it plays. So Reuben's already got some mods done on this with exhaust and so forth, and we'll take that into our calculations when we do the tuning. So our data's reading there, which is great. So we're just going to do a couple of settling runs just on the dyno to start with. Righto, so this is going to be our first baseline run. We're going to do a few of them to make sure we get some real accurate data with this thing.
Sounds unreal. Well, Craig, up there it's got some numbers. Do you want to explain to the folks at home?
Yeah, certainly, mate, no problem. So that's our first baseline run. So if we look up the top there, 195.8 kilowatts, which translates to 262.5 horsepower. So that's our first run in standard trim with a modified exhaust on it. So that's not a bad number to kick off with.
Especially with 37s on it.
37s on it, definitely.
37-inch tyres, so it'd probably be maybe 300 horsepower if you took those tyres
well,
off,
go back to
maybe.
standard tyres, definitely, yeah.
What do you reckon? What sort of percentage do you reckon it'll make? What?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna, let's say 30%, 40%.
30%?
I don't know, we'll see where we go.
Wow.
I might be optimistic, but...
even 10 to 15%.
Hey, we're here for fun, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it.
Good,
awesome.
Right. So we've done our first run. Real good result with that. We're just going to do a second one now just to see how consistent it is, and go from there. So that was a real good consistent run, that, so exactly the same as last time, so yeah, pretty happy with that. Straight from Harrop.
Very much so.
I'll chuck him up there.
Yep. Righto, what's in here,
Balls to be
Craig,
revealed, mate, the exciting part.
Oh yes.
So first bit on the top there, you've got your cooler for the supercharger. So that runs coolant through it and keeps the supercharger cool when it's pumping. So
cool.
They do generate quite a bit of heat.
Very, very good.
obviously the scope of gear that's in there.
Some more stuff. What's that? A warranty card or something, is it? A little spec card. I know. Assembled by. Oh yeah, there you go. Serial number. We'll keep that one.
All the packing. Righto, and this is the
beast itself.
This hose is out, so there's a fair bit of plumbing work that goes on with this.
Yep.
We're setting it up. We'll lay all that out so that it's all organised and we know what we're doing.
Yep.
Sort of new pulleys because there's an extra long belt in there.
Yep. What's that thing? Like a catch can, like a catch canister type setup.
That there's the new water pump for it.
Okay,
so
yep.
it's actually got a water pump that pumps its own
coolant through it.
Coolant
Yep.
through it.
Oh, brackets. Brackets of some sort.
Oh, yeah, for the new idler pulley.
Yeah. What's that thing? Belt.
Oh, we'll open that up and we'll reveal that another day, I think.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Nuts and bolts.
Goodies.
That's another hose, another fitting, bit of insulation, another hose. You would have got the drive belt out.
Yep.
I'll grab it.
Drive belt's over here. Look at that.
Take a
beast.
look at it.
Hey.
Better than efficient.
Very nice.
Yeah, so cool. Manifold O-rings.
Oh yes.
I dare
Yeah.
say. For those of you that don't understand superchargers, basically we've got two big air comes in here. We've got two big scrolls in here that spin. And as the air comes into the top of it, it compresses it and punches it down into the inlet manifold, increasing your manifold pressure. So more pressure means more fuel, means more combustion, which translates to power. So that's it in a nutshell, but it's a lot more complicated than that, but we'll try and keep it simple.
Well, boost. It's like multiplying the cubic inches in your engine by putting boost into it, isn't it? So they're supposed to give you, like, that's why they can get so much horsepower out of such a small cubic inch motor these days.
Yeah, well, it increases the volumetric efficiency. So, you know, by compressing air, compressing fuel, we get more in that cylinder. When we put a spark into it, bigger bang, and yeah.
More fun.
Things happen. And bigger number on the dyno, so yeah.
Well, I reckon that looks absolutely amazing. Cool, and so that should be nearly red now.
That should be nearly red, so we can pull that out.
And then what, we're going to back
Hang
her
it
back in here?
and we'll get ourselves set up and yeah, let the magic happen.
Unreal.
Righto, so we're good to get the inlet manifold out, mate, so it's all unbolted. So
Well, look at that.
Bit of a wheel, it's
I'm
pretty
glad
light.
Craig's here, helping me sort this out.
Just all plastic, so we'll get that out of the way.
Look at that.
That's the old.
Look at Oh, how about this? Same similarities as a 79 series cruiser.
Let's put a starter motor in the valley.
Yeah, starter motor in the valley. Unbelievable. Wow. At least that's not much of a mission to get out though, when
Not
you think
compared
about
to
it.
the 79, no.
No.
Or even the 200, because it's, yeah. That's probably a lot nicer to get to. The 200s and the 79s are like an 8-hour job to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, probably the biggest key, and this is probably a tip for everybody, is try and keep water out of the valley, because that's what kills the starters primarily.
Yeah, well that's going to be an issue when I go to Cape York and do all those river crossings.
So when you end up drowning them and the valley fills up with water and it can't drain away, I'm pretty sure there is a drain at the block, at the back
Okay.
of the block to let the water out.
Yep.
But yeah, that is a big killer for them. They sit there in a bath of water and eventually shit
Yeah, well,
themselves.
obviously you're going to corrode away.
Yeah. So we'll seal up these intake pipes because we've got a bit of work to do around here now, and so we don't drop any stuff down there and you leave with it making some funny noises. We don't want that.
No, no. I don't want any holes in any pistons.
No.
Just putting the O-rings in the manifold here and getting right to the point where we're going to throw it on and bolt it down. So this is getting really exciting. Craig here at Highfields Mechanical is doing an absolutely cracking job getting it all together. I'm just getting the easy bits like this. I reckon that's a good thing. Well, here we go. He's going on. Get up on these joys of being short.
Hey guys, we're back for day 2 to finish up the patrol with Reuben today, but Reuben's not here yet. We've got our shop spider, so this is our little practical joke, little spider we put around the shop now, and then we're going to tuck this away. I don't know what Reuben's like with a sense of humour, but we're going to find out later on. I'm going to stick it down in here, hopefully, just out of the way there a bit. He's got to undo this later on today, so he's going to get his hand down there, and I reckon he could get a good fright out of that, so we'll just wait and see, and hopefully we can catch it on camera and yeah, see what happens. Cheers guys. Good. Who did that?
Trying to prank me.
It didn't go to plan, did it?
Oh, that's piss fun.
Fuck, you had your hand on it there before.
So,
we're nearly at the end, eh?
we are.
Nearly at the end, so...
You've done an absolutely cracking job, Craig. But tell me more about this. Obviously, the instructions say we've got to bleed it out of here, but you reckon you've got a better scenario of how to do this.
Yeah, so when, like, just from a mechanical point of view, even when we're servicing cars, we, if we're replacing coolant, we use vacuum. So we evacuate the old coolant out and then vacuum new coolant into it. So what we're going to do here, I've got the gear hooked up, that's our new coolant going in. Yep. We're just going to turn this rig on here, and you'll see that just the air pressure. Yep. Drawing down vacuum there. Yep. So that's sucking out all the air that's in that cooling system. And this is for the supercharger. Yep. Brings it into a real negative pressure. And I'll just let that go for a couple of minutes. And any air that's in there just pulls it right out. So we just end up with a pure low pressure in there. Yep. And then as soon as we turn that off, it does two things. It'll vacuum test the system, so I can turn that off there now.
And we'll see if we've got any leaks.
And as long as the gauge doesn't move, which it's not, it's sitting there good. We've got no leaks in that system. So we'll go a bit more.
So you can see you've done that bit of the work. So obviously that's perfect. You know, if I'd touched it, I'd have a leak for sure, I reckon.
Oh, crikey. The truth's in the pudding once it all goes in there, so... So what we can do now, that should be pretty much, it's only a little system, so it's not going to take a lot of evacuating.
Yep.
We'll turn that off, turn the air on, we'll turn this off, and you'll see the coolant come straight up that hose.
Look at that. Wow.
And then this gauge will drop as the coolant
Fills up.
goes in and fills it up, so as it comes into a more positive pressure.
How cool's that? No mess.
No mess. We can guarantee we've got all the air out of it. And yeah, we guarantee the system's full, so we can basically start that up. We do the same to the engine side of things, and yeah, it's full when it's done, so we're not jimming around trying to get airlocks out and
yeah, because I asked you, I said, oh, have you got a hose so we don't make a mess, we'll put it in a bucket and all that sort of stuff, but no, this is a far better idea.
one thing you'll notice, we haven't had any coolant on the floor yet, have we?
No, absolutely amazing, isn't it, keeping it nice and clean?
So, and she's full now, so that's come back to negative. I'll pull that out of there. That'll drain back into there. Get rid of that.
There you go.
And that's done, so
Look at that, full.
straight in. So we're probably I'll just top that off, but it's right at the top there anyway. So, and if we open that up, which I don't want to because it'll make a mess, we'll have coolant come out. So
That's right.
yeah,
Look at that. Round here with Craig at Highfields Mechanical, there's you don't have to do it twice to make it nice. You only have to do it once.
That's the go. Yeah, like that, sweet. So that one's just under the max line, so that one's pretty good.
Yep.
So I filled that up this morning, and it's just it's actually settled itself down over the last hour or two.
Yep. And there's still no leaks on the floor, so
Still no leaks, so we're good. I'm just going to put some.
No, that hose that you were struggling with yesterday, I thought that was going to leak for sure.
That's not leaking. That's our demineralised water, so we'll just top that right off. There we go. She's full. I'm going to put a bit in there just to top that off.
I can't wait. Hear this thing start up. Even though it hasn't got a tune in it, just the whine it's going to make. Moment of truth, you reckon?
No, I reckon we're nearly there. We'll put some lids on here.
Maybe it was just perfectly full the first time.
Might have been, eh?
So you had to do it twice to make it nice.
Radiator cap over there. So, final check, eh?
Well, you're going to have to look at it because I can't even see over the front.
No,
end.
you're right. We'll make sure all the wiring's right, our plumbing's right. I checked all that yesterday afternoon, but yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you've been doing it as you
Temp
go.
sensors, clamps is on there, hoses on, belts on nice, which is good. Coolant's done. All our hoses and clamps are on, so yeah.
Very good.
I reckon we're good to go, mate.
Oh, this is going to be cool. So for everybody out there, you might be wondering, why am I in another business's workshop and why have I got someone fitting the supercharger? Now, the reason is this is not our core business. We are fabulous at building cars, trays, extending them, doing all the fit outs of the canopies and all that sort of stuff. But when it comes to performance upgrades, you need to go to a decent shop that knows what they're doing. Now, Craig here at Highfields Mechanical, he's got a big dyno over there. He does all diesel tunes, and obviously he's doing the patrol as well. That's why I wanted to go to him, because he's the guru in the area. And look, I just want to go with the people that I trust. And Craig here at Highfields Mechanical, working with him over the last day and a bit, tell you what, my trust level has gone through the roof for Craig. Absolute amazing workmanship here, and the whole team here at Highfields Mechanical is absolutely spot on. So all I can say is if you want to tune for your petrol car or for your diesel car, make sure you come out here. Craig will look after you because the workmanship is second to none, and the tunes they do are really, really safe. They give you good fuel economy and that extra power that you're chasing. So I can't recommend these guys enough. So Craig, are you confident?
100%.
100%, mate.
Yeah, I'm excited, mate.
I'm super excited. I mean, you've done the majority of the work, and I mean, it's been fabulous watching you do what you do. And yeah, look, there's no water leaks, that's a plus. Are we going to have a vacuum leak, you reckon?
Nah.
No vacuum
We've got
leak?
it nailed. Yeah, 100%. We've got it spot on. So everything's plugged in, hooked up. We're ready to kick it in the guts. And
Moment of truth.
Moment of truth.
Is it going to run? Is it going to run? I know Craig's confident. I'm confident. I've been watching him work on this thing. Let's get into it.
Battery on. Let's do it.
Well, look at that, mate.
That's cool.
Ran straight
Straight out of the box. Nice and smooth, no rough idles. What more can you ask for?
I thought it'd whine more than that.
Oh, it will.
Really quiet.
When it's got some revs on it, it'll sound good.
Well, when can we get on the dyno?
Yeah, we'll get ourselves tidied up here, and that's the next step now, and we'll make it happen, eh?
Oh, fabulous.
Awesome.
Well, you can see Craig's pulling out a port, and he's going to put a boost gauge into that to find out how much boost the blower's actually making, and obviously that affects how much fuel-air ratio that goes into the car. Obviously you don't want it too lean and you don't want it too rich, and it's a fine line to get it correct. So this is just one step closer to hearing a roar.
Making a number. Righto, so our first tune run with the supercharger on, so a bit of excitement surrounding this process, so we're looking forward to see what it does. We'll just get this settled in on the dyno.
That's made a big difference. That's a big difference. 315 horsepower. Well, here we go again. More gain.
We're going to take that for a drive, I reckon.
Oh, mate, I thought the CVs were in trouble before. Now they're in real strife. Well, how about that? Moment of truth. We get to take it for a road test. Craig is now pulling the Patrol off the dyno, and we're going to take it for a hit up the street. I mean, it has made some impressive figures. That has made a massive difference, and I tell you what, I cannot wait to drive this thing, because I reckon I'll be smiling from ear to ear. Craig, tell you've been sitting in it, I've got to put it forward 100 miles, the old chair.
Difference in height, mate.
That's it.
Call us like, what do they call it, Danny DeVito and Arnie Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, well, I'm certainly more like Danny DeVito, I can tell you. Not bald though.
Oh, I've got that covered, I think.
Tell you what, it feels snappier already.
The bark's cool.
Oh yeah. Put that window up.
If that doesn't make you smile, nothing will, mate.
That's it.
Unfortunately, that's got to make a 200 and a 300 series owner jealous, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, mate. The thing is, though, I was a Toyota man all the way, and you get a Y62, and they're a whole level of fun.
Oh, definitely. it's a different animal.
It is certainly a different car.
But that is cool. That is very cool.
Super cool. I can't let Craig do all the work and tune it and not drive it back. Yes. Well, I'm renowned for getting speeding tickets and you're getting very bad fuel economy as it is. Now you've completely made it worse, Craig. It's all your fault.
We'll give this Mustang a go. I reckon he's gonna. Love that, mate. And yeah, I think you need to stock up on CV joints for when you're in the paddock, yeah?
Certainly will have to. Yes, it certainly sounds the part.
I pity your neighbours, eh?
Yes.
Your neighbours.
Yeah, they'll know when I'm going. No sneaking around. Well, I tell you what, Craig, what a fabulous experience this has been. I mean, you're an absolutely magician on the tools, buddy, and your tuning capabilities and everything here just blown me away.
Mate, absolute pleasure. I've had a ball. Yeah, I've been in it 30 years. This is probably one of the most fun experiences I've had for a while, so it's been pretty cool. And to get some awesome numbers out of it's been even better. So
you know, what did it have? Had 260 horsepower roughly on the first run, and we've got 350 horsepower out of it now and a whole heap more torque. Put it there, mate. You're an absolute legend.
Pleasure. So yeah, it's been awesome fun. So yeah.
So there's the secret, guys. If you want a decent tune and you're in the Toowoomba area, make sure you call Craig at Highfields Mechanical, because I tell you what, they're going to be the #1 people for us now. If you ring us for a tune, or you're actually getting your Land Cruiser cut or your Y62 and you want a supercharger, this is where we're going to send it to get tuned. So, mate, absolute pleasure. Put it there again, mate. I'm still blown away.
Awesome.